December 28th, and this is the GANOOZE special assassination is bad, okay, edition. Yeah, really bad news. You know, don't like to see this assassination in the world. Pakistan, Benazir Bhutto, you know, she was assassinated. Not that it was predictable, but you know, there are always assassination attempts over there. It's you know, it's a nation of 160 million. Didn't realize it was that high. And you know, they do have the bomb, and it's not a good thing. And apparently in the stories I've read, the analysts are plunged into gloom. So now we're really in trouble because the analysts are plunged into gloom. And so now we really don't, what are we going to do without analysts? So I guess I'll have to fill in for the gloomy analysts. Yeah, on the bright side, well, you know, there's the fact that well, you know, there is a bright side that you know, we have less of one kind of candidate thing and more of the other. Right before an election, assassination. Well, okay, so there's no bright side, I don't think. But analyzing it, you know, one could say that you know, maybe people will have a higher regard for the political process, because they'll be kind of irritated that they were assassinated out of a political process, you know. Because, yeah, they're going to have a state of emergency, and then if they have an election, you know, it's not going to really be the same, you know. And, but I don't know, you know, the whole thing is kind of crazy, because, you know, Musharraf and Bhutto, they really weren't, I mean, they're different, but they weren't entirely different, if you know what I mean. I mean, they're both anti the, you know, what you would call the right-wing fanatical Islamic faction. And, you know, that's the sort of the force that's growing in Pakistan, and that's the force that somehow has got to be engaged in this process of running the country. And until they are engaged, well, it's not even, you know, look, we shouldn't be placating the crazies, but the point is that you know, there's got to be some kind of something, you know, because you can't deny the anti-American sentiment, you know, and, you know, Musharraf is kind of owned by the United States, and Bhutto was too, in a way. I mean, she's an ally of the United States, and so that's what kind of makes this a little bit crazy, because, you know, although Musharraf didn't like Bhutto, you know, I don't know if she was as big a problem as the fanatics, you know. So, I mean, these Islamic fanatics, and so I don't know, you know. Yeah, so maybe I shouldn't be analyzing this, because I really don't, I mean, yeah, I really don't know. But I did predict that Musharraf would get assassinated. I did predict that 6 years ago, that, you know, when 9/11 happened. That was my prediction, that he would get assassinated. And of course, it's been a couple of attempts, but he never did. But that would really be the big disaster, you know, if Pakistan goes, you know, gets taken over by the fanatics. And that's sort of what we were encouraged by doing this whole Iraqi war thing. You know, we've given them good reason to be paranoid about America's intentions in that part of the world. And so this is probably our legacy. This is probably a circumstance we've helped create. And that's just the bottom line, I guess, is that, you know, we're just going to reap the chaos we're sowing, and this is part of that chaos. All right, anyway, moving on. You know, I was, you know, looking at the news site, and they always throw these, you know, you hit something, you don't even know what you're getting, and this video pops up, and it's these videos of these actresses and stuff talking about their New Year's resolutions. And man, is it depressing to listen to these people, you know? I mean, they're resolving for the New Year, oh, I have to love myself more. I mean, those are their New Year's resolutions. It's all like about loving themselves more, and how hard they work, you know. And it's, you know, I don't know what they work awful hard on their egos, but I don't know if they, you know, do any real work. But anyway, it's just kind of creepy. Not really news, you know what I mean? Shouldn't really be on a news page. And speaking of not being on a news page, I was going to do this story last, but I'll do it first. They had this, you know, this internet-y thing, this service is associated with the Associated Press called Mendel, I think it is, something like that, news service. But anyway, they did this really lame thing. I mean, they had a video on YouTube, you know, asking people their opinion of the Democrats or the Republican Party in 6 words or something. And they're quoting from this, you know, this video, the comments, and the video got 1,000 views and 30 comments. And it's in a news story. I mean, what the fuck is that? That's how they're doing news now? And, you know, because they suggested the title of the story was something like, young people, blah, 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 something. You know, like it actually was made up of something, like they actually surveyed a real population, you know, not just YouTube viewers, and a very small number of YouTube viewers. It's just stupid. Ugh, disgusting. And they call that news. Washington thing, that's where those 6 people were killed. Yeah, it was, you know, probably a dispute over money within the family, because the people, the couple living in the trail where I think the girl, I guess, she didn't feel loved enough. And so, yeah, they killed the parents, and then apparently, you know, the sister or brother-in-law or whatever showed up with their family and kids. And, well, you know, had to kill them because they're going to be witnesses now, right? So had to kill them. And so the good guy who killed the kids, yeah, his family says, oh, he was a good Christian. So I guess that's the Christian, you know, it really is the Christian way to, you know, kill the witnesses. So I guess he was a good Christian. It's just so bad. Okay, the tiger story again. So they're saying now that the tiger, okay, he got out by himself maybe, you know, maybe he was taunted by these kids who got killed, these guys, well, the guy and the 2 other guys got messed up a little. And they really ought to be able to find out. I mean, they got 2 guys in the hospital. I mean, find out what the hell they were up to. So, but they're speculating that somehow, you know, they provoked the tiger enough that he actually made this incredible leap over a, you know, 20-foot moat and then over a 12-foot wall. You know, so he did like a super it's a very super tiger jump. And yeah, you know, so that's sort of, you know, whose fault is it that the wall wasn't 13 feet or whatever? Not that it shouldn't have been, but, you know, who knows? I guess there should be taunting proof, but yeah, I mean, people really shouldn't even be able to taunt these things. And there should be cameras, goddammit. How come they don't got cameras here? I mean, shit, they don't cost shit. Look, you assholes like me are on video. It's not a big deal. Fucking camera. I mean, they should be watching this stuff. Goddamn places. So anyway, on the Republicans, survey says that 4 out of 10 have changed their minds regarding their presidential choice during this campaign, and 2/3 of Republicans say they may do it again. Well, I guess it can't be they may do it again, because if it's only 4 out of 10 who did it once. So see, right there, the story doesn't make any fucking sense. Ugh, so irritating. So I guess it's 2/3 of the people who did change their mind. So that would be 3 out of 10, or 2.75 out of 10 may change their mind again. And that's the news. You know, except the related wild animal story, you know, sort of related to that, like the Ron Paul thing on evolution. There, you know, has been now proof of evolution. You know, I'll put up a picture. You know, it's really dramatic proof, I think. You know, it doesn't get any more dramatic than that, right? I mean, and you know, I think once Ron Paul sees this picture, I mean, he's got to accept the theory, right? It's got to be more than just a theory. I mean, who wouldn't be scared straight by this? So that's, you know, that's where we came from. That's the, and look how small his cage is. You know, he could, well, you know, who knows? I mean, they can't jump very high, these primitives, I guess. You know, but his cage doesn't look very high. But you certainly couldn't get through that little window in the back. So, you know, no, it's right there. Can you see the little window in the back? But anyway.
So that's the news. Yeah, it's really low-key version because, you know, death and mayhem, assassination, it's just kind of a downer.
You know, a little bit depressing. And to tell you the truth, I'm still having a real hard time getting the brain to work. You know, day 5 without the cigarette, and I'm not liking it still. And it's just, you know, it's hard to concentrate, you see. have thoughts, but they don't terminate. They just, you know, it's like without the nicotine. What the hell is happening there? Well, anyway, they don't, see that? The lighting's all fucked up here, too. They're still negotiating, so that's probably what it is. They're just playing with me here. That's always the way of things, you know? There's always people who are always doing stuff for nefarious purpose. You know, so they're still trying to get me to quit. Suspension of the news, interruption. This is the end. So we're going to sign off now, and until the next time, suicide is simple. No, I mean, assassination is bad. That's what I wanted to say. That's right. I know what that is, see? Brain is not working. Okay, choose either message you'd like to end with, and pick the one of your preference. And until next time, I'm going now. Going to press the button.